As you can see, we've entered into picks and bans for game number 1 between Envy and Echo Fox. Anivia banned away. No surprise to see that taken away from Froggen, one of his most banned champions.
Yeah, I think especially when they're red side, because Froggen actually had it not banned against him yesterday, and he didn't pick it, and it was red side. It was really strange. It was open, and he picked Victor instead.
Might be that coach, as you said, trying to direct them towards Heaven Time, trying to get them towards something a little bit more standard, a little bit more meta, show that growth for the team. But Malzahar is going to be the follow-up, along with 2 bans at KFO on that Jax and Fiora.
Yeah, taking the Fiora out of the picture as well. Still leaving up some power picks, though. Shen still on the table. And we look at Echo Fox's record at the top, right? They're 1-16. Well, Envy in the second half of the split is 1-7 in their last 8 games. So they could be 1-8. They have not been performing well. They've only taken down 1 team, and that was Apex. And for Envy, they're saying, thank God it was Apex, because that's the team that they own the tiebreaker over. So even though Envy's game record would be worse, if they tie Apex in match record, they have 2-0 over Apex.
Yeah.
With the only match they've won in the second half. It's absolutely
if they had won against any other team and lost that game to Apex, it would be Apex locked in, as they do have the better game record as of right now. But as you can see, we're already soaring through these picks. Sivir first locked for Envy, and Karma and Rek'Sai immediately picked up by Echo Fox.
Yeah, Karma, Rek'Sai, of course, these are the power picks that are being traded back and forth right now. And I feel like if you know Shen, you pick Shen. Right now, KFO will play Gangplank into it, but I believe he played it into, he played Gangplank into Shen against Impact, and he got destroyed.
Yeah.
You're supposed to win that matchup as Gangplank. You just use the oranges every time you get taunted. You're just able to get out of everything. You shred armor, but KFO was not able to come out on top. So I think Envy, you'd pick Shen at this point.
Well, they've got 7 seconds left, and right now they're looking for some tank and disengage. Gragas picked up for Proxen. That's Hakuho returning to that Braum. So we know the bot lane, we know the jungle, and now Echo Fox say, all right, we'll take our own AD carry in mid lane as well, as Victor is locked in, along with Ashe for Keith.
Yeah, and so Envy saving their solo lanes for last. Very wise on that. The top and the mid laner, they got to see at least 1 from Fox, and they want to hide KFO's pick and try to counter.
So important to keep him in a good spot. Seraph has had some inconsistent performances lately. Some games it seems like he goes off and the whole team can get behind him, but in the others, whenever he finds himself in a bad spot, brings it down, makes it much more difficult to win. And now, looking for the next 2 picks. This is going to be for Seraph. This is going to be for Ninja, and it is Echo and Kassadin locked in. You've got thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's definitely off meta. The wave clear is really low. They have to rely on LoD. They do have the Braum for sieges. It's going to be Trinity Force Echo. It's the new hotness right now. You go Trinity Force, and then some people build just full tank immediately after. Some go for a little more AP. But overall, this is an assassination team that's going to rely on the Sivir to get in.
Taking a look at Echo Fox, though, they've got a squishy, low mobility AD carry on Keith, relatively low mobility on Victor as well.
Yeah, you can get to that backline. They'll have a little bit of protection. And now what does KFO go with? It is going to be the Aurelia for the top lane against the Echo. It's an interesting matchup. It goes back and forth. Aurelia does have a little bit of an edge, though, just early on. Echo definitely has a great team fight impact.
Oh, yeah.
And wants to accomplish pretty much the same thing. Both will be rushing their Trinity Forces and trying to split push. But Envy, I feel like they're having the same problems. Their drafts have been all over the place. They're so hard to follow. They're so hard to predict. And they bring out new things all the time. But when they bring something new out, you're always just like, oh, okay. Well, at least it wasn't Shen. At least it wasn't Cassiopeia. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of things up this game that they decided not to go for. And their champion pools have started to be criticized. Like, have they learned anything new since the start of the split? Or is Ninja just the Karma, Kassadin, a couple other strange champions in their guy?
It's been the question for Envy, and now this is potentially their last match to show it as the coaches shake hands and get ready. Envy looking for that final win. They just need to take 2 games here, and they are in the playoffs for their first split in the North American LCS. And Echo Fox, they're finally going to something more standard with this. But we are tracking your votes on Twitter. We want to know who you think is going to take it. Use hashtag NVWin or hashtag FOXWin to @LOL Esports. We'll keep count. I'm sure Apex are certainly voting for one team in particular.
All Apex fans are Echo Fox fans, yes. Temporarily, if only temporarily.
Yeah. Funny how that works out, but we have now loaded on to the Rift. This is game number 1 between Envy and Echo Fox. That final playoff spot is on the line, and it will be decided by our 10th place team in Echo Fox.
Yeah, and if you make playoffs as Envy, it gives you a shot to get some championship points under your belt. Energy, of course, eliminated, so have 20 championship points when you make it in. Gives you a shot at the regional qualifier. But of course, the 6th place has to play the 3rd place, and then they have to play TSM if they do win that match.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a hard journey the lower seeded you are. Whole season counts.
Every game is important. And funnily enough, that's been true for a while.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Playing in a competitive region, in a competitive environment, means that you should probably try to win as many games as possible.
Yeah, you'd think.
But
I just cast a Teemo game. Don't get me started.
Still all revved up from that. No Teemo in this one. We do have Kassadin and Echo, so probably going to be seeing some explosive dives onto Echo Fox. But defensive lines from both of the teams, no one takes any chances invading onto the other side for vision. That means Envy are starting this off with a lane swap.
Yeah. They have the Braum. They didn't go for the lane swap wards either. Usually with a Braum, you can force your way in, especially with a Sivir who has that auto attack reset to get the passive off a little bit faster. And her passive, which we don't talk about enough, where she gets extra movement speed when she does land an auto attacker ability. So you can chase people down fairly early on with Sivir.
Oh, they haven't showed in the minion wave. They're hoping KFO is going to come and try to clean up a few of these minions. They haven't spotted anyone yet.
KFO's been super sloppy, too, lately, and he's going to take the bait. Because Seraph is here, too.
Seraph is on that side as well. There's the immediate exhaust. KFO doesn't get the reset on the minion. He's going to be tagged. Winter's Bite actually finds the minion. So far, Seraph has done the most damage. He's at 120 health, but the turret will finish him off. First blood, Seraph.
Yeah, big mistake there, not getting that reset. And honestly, a big part of that was the exhaust. Ended up making it so he doesn't deal as much damage as he thought he would. Doesn't get the reset. Really clever level 1 there from Envy.
And with that first blood, and they've already got Seraph on that side of the map, he doesn't have to teleport to get up there. They're going to start this lane swap turret shove to bully it down. Keith and Big do the same on the opposite side of the map, though. And junglers will continue to clear out. Hard is actually roaming down towards that mid lane. He manages to get behind Ninja. Flash, knockup. Ninja still got his own. He's burning down, but that's a kill answered back by Echo Fox.
Yeah, Hard with the right timing on that gank, too. This is a super early gank. It's pre-3 minutes, so you have a level 2 Kassadin. Doesn't matter anyway, because the guy doesn't have any escapes until level 6, so easy pickings there.
And just like that, we are right back to even as these turrets are being cleaned up. Seraph will get solo gold on his side of the map. Because he takes it first, he also gets that first blood turret gold to his team.
Nope, that's 6-15, not 14.
Ah, you're right.
We don't start that patch until playoffs.
I apologize.
Yeah, it's going to be much harder to take that turret.
Exactly,
as well.
yeah.
They would be way far behind.
Meanwhile, though, that turret is answered by KFO, so no big difference between the teams. And now Froggen will be gifted over this blue buff very early on. That's definitely going to help against the Kassadin in lane.
Yeah, it's one of the big benefits of having a Rek'Sai on your team is you get to just take that blue buff, give it to your mid laner. First blue buff. They always love that.
Froggen going to be spamming lasers all over the place, but Ninja's already got the wave shoved up. So if he just takes a few hits with the Dark Seal and some potions, he'll be able to heal it back up as Scuttle Crab is picked up by Hard. Keep an eye on perhaps the eventual Cloud Drake from either team, but Echo Fox answer back. They send their duo to that bottom lane.
Yeah, they kind of go back to standard lanes here. Proxen is on the top side. He has not been spotted by any wards, but at the same time, Hard, he would actually have a really good route to the bottom side. But his top laner doesn't have TP, and Seraph would be able to answer. He's trying to make up his mind. He wants to go mid again.
Yeah. Keep Ninja locked down. He's low.
They're going to double down.
Right forward. There goes the tunnel. Ninja didn't use his flash earlier, and Hard knows this and lets Ninja walk off.
Still, ganking that lane, getting the HP out of Ninja, forcing him to use potions. Still, I think that's a good gank. I think it's a good victory for them. And he's playing more towards Froggen. And I'm interested to see what Hard does this game, because he's gotten really successful ganks off early and gotten kills, but he doesn't revisit the lane. He's revisiting this lane. He's trying to shut down the Kassadin, trying to stall him out, trying to get Froggen ahead. And Froggen has been a great performer on a team that has not been performing well. So see if he can transition that pressure into an actual game victory.
Yeah, this always has been the Froggen team. Of course, we've seen some big performances from KFO and Keith, but the central player on that team definitely going to have to keep on maintaining a good performance in this match if he wants to win here. However, for the time being, it is still very even. Dead and gold. In fact, his Hard will continue to invade. He's got Smite.
Yeah, he's looking for a back path right now, but
gets found by Proxen. He did smite that camp away.
Yeah, he hasn't backed yet either, so Hard is roaming around the jungle, relying on the Queen of the Xersai passive to actually heal himself up.
Ninja's being bullied as much as Froggen possibly can. Try to keep that Kassadin down.
I mean, Froggen has been through the era. He has lived through the era of Terror Kassadin, where it was the most banned champion globally for, I want to say, months, almost a year.
Whoa, so he's level 6. Get some damage down. Just bully him away. Keep him away from those minions. More importantly, that experience. At 100 HP right now, Ninja recalls.
This is actually really good by Froggen because of the fact that he made Ninja back. It's a TP mid laner, so he's done this twice already. He got the gank, didn't get the flash, but got the teleport. Now he sends him back, and it's just Proxen who has to clean up this wave. Froggen already up 14 CS at almost 7 minutes.
With that, Echo Fox are going to send their duo to the mid lane for some chip damage. KFO at level 6 is pushing a wave into Seraph, who's going to be able to get level 6 off of those minions, though. Hakuho a bit late to catch up. Will only get a single Winter's Bite onto Keith. And Echo Fox are... Whoa, that was a bit of do-si-do.
Yeah, dance partners there.
Oh, Hard is up there as well. But Seraph on the recall, he sees that and is now spotted out by the Wolf Spirit.
Yeah, Wolf Spirit ends up seeing him. The blue buff on the invade. Seraph does have teleport.
Proxen over the wall. Nice. Smite for Proxen is able to take it, but that's a blue denied to Ninja. And Seraph did teleport back in the lane. He gets level 6 and casts back. Hard has got to retreat right now.
Here comes Ninja. Might get the flash out of
He's
Hard.
got level 6 now over the rift.
Oh, he got
denied over the wall. That's a flash, Seraph. Decides not to chase.
Yeah. I think he didn't have enough time left on his E, so if he had flashed, it would have expired. But yeah, oh my god. Really well played there by Proxen. Proxen doesn't even have to use his flash to get in. Gets the blue, gets everything.
Yeah. Very greedy play from Hard. Not able to turn it into a larger advantage. This Froggen will just deny as much as he can.
Yeah, he's not able to turn it into an advantage, but still, at the same time, your mid laner should be shoving the wave in 100% to give yourself protection from the enemy mid laner. And it looks like Froggen just ended up getting a little bit of an advantage, but as soon as he invades, you shove. You try to make sure that he loses some experience, you try to make sure that he loses some gold, gets to the turret, and Froggen took his sweet time to do that.
Yeah, a bit of a slow response for that play. Hard, once again, has been found by Proxen. He's actually down a level now, despite being up in CS. Seraph might have misclicked that one.
Yeah, one of the hardest positions for you to hit a parallel convergence on.
Exactly. Whoa, Proxen is just belly bopping everybody right now.
He has his ultimate back up, so he's ready to rock. Looking for those opportunities, and it just looks like they want to pick on KFO. This is a sack the bottom lane, play to your mid lane, your top lane, or both teams.
Yeah. And Ninja, you can see he's now well over that early game hump. Still down about 10 CS, but can get a very favorable trade onto Froggen. At half health right now. Proxen over the wall, cast flash into it. Keeps him safe, but Ninja chases forward. Seraph as well will dive for the kill.
Yep, multiple flashes there, and look at that top side of the jungle. Completely warded up. Oh, almost got him. Completely warded up by Envy, so they would have seen any roam from KFO. They were none the wiser that was going to happen. And Seraph is here hard, no flash.
He collapses. Lod provides on the hunt for some chase. They're managing to get the shield and a kill for Lod with the long-range boomerang.
And just the rundown there, Fox's communication is having a breakdown right now because Hard went too far forward, still doesn't have the numbers, and KFO still topside trying to get a little bit of an advantage back because Seraph is just roaming and picking things up.
Yeah, Keith now heading towards that mid lane all alone. A little bit slow to respond to the quick rotation of Envy. As you said, the communication not quite working out just fast enough for Echo Fox. They're going to try starting off this Cloud Drake. That's not an Ocean Drake. They've got 3 members there, and Proxen recalling right now with no vision. There's a ward right there. I lied. Echo Fox are still going to take this, though. Envy decide to give it over.
Fox end up picking it up, like you said, and now they want to hand this over, but Froggen too far forward. This is great from Proxen. Body slam, barrel, great reaction from Froggen. And the question is, did they see this coming? Because Hard is walking up, and he has Tremor Sense. It may have been a false sense of security for Froggen, because he didn't see anybody coming through, and then he takes that, and he wants to land the Prey Seeker on Gragas, whose passive heals him anyway. So I feel like it wouldn't have been enough to kill him, and he would have probably popped W or something right beforehand. Yeah. Just got really greedy. He really wanted something back there. But yeah, every time I watch Echo Fox, it just seems like KFO is kind of doing his own thing, or not at least informing his team of who was just top, where they could possibly be. And that's how things like that happen to Froggen.
Play falls apart, and Envy are able to take themselves an 800 gold advantage. Proxen heads back towards the top lane. KFO
gonna try to barrel him back.
Teleport as well. That's Ninja chasing up. KFO is running as best he can, but he's already taking a lot of damage. They decide not to give the kill to Ninja. Seraph will pick it up.
And again, Proxen just has free reign of this jungle. You don't even have pink wards or anything in your side of the jungle for Echo Fox. And they're going to lose a tier 2, just like that.
Envy opening up with a strong advantage in this early game, and Envy fans are probably pretty relieved that this game is going this way, as Echo Fox will now try to answer back and shove the mid lane. Seraph has got his teleport, and Big will now try to clear out these wards, but he's on top of one. No! Oh, that's Cassidy.
I don't know what he's trying to do.
Oh, they're collapsing now and knocked into the turret. Seraph in the middle of the lane. Froggen collapsed upon by the duo, and Keith split off. And Echo Fox are falling apart at the seams. Ninja decides to let Hard go away.
He's not even worth it anymore. Not worth his mana. Ninja has bigger fish to fry, like this turret.
Yeah.
And Envy, they play a really awkward League of Legends to play against because everybody's just left lane so early on. And it was that really awkward lane swap at the start, too, where they had that head start, they got that first blood, they got the teleport out of KFO, and then they just kept having Proxen roam around. And that guy's been doing work.
13 minutes in, it is 4 turrets to 1. 2 tier 2s are gone, and now a ping on that bottom tier 1. Envy are tearing this game open. Echo Fox fans and Apex fans are probably starting to sweat.
It's ridiculous. He walks over that ward, too, and just skips by it. I really don't know what he was trying to accomplish. Like, there's nothing top for him to do. Is he trying to check Rift Herald? I don't know, but he's still not attack moving into the bush or anything like that. It's just really awkward. Got caught out, didn't flash or anything, and was getting collapsed on, so really slow reactions to it.
Now Echo Fox are trying to take this Rift Herald. No globals for Envy as they used them in the previous set of plays. And the only person on that side of the map is Proxen and Seraph. They're going to let that Rift Herald go down, and Echo Fox will pick it up.
You get the Rift Herald.
Yeah.
You give it over to KFO. And so he has a little bit of a better time, but wait, bad time.
They see Lod, and he actually is going to spell shield the stun of KFO to pick up the kill with Proxen. 8 kills to 1.
Yep. And that only turret that Fox has, that's the one that they got off the lane swap. They're going to try to get Ninja here. It's a Cassidon. So Victor catching up. Big flashes the wall.
Oh, the casual sidestep flash exhaust. He's caught by the tether. There's a laser chaos storm.
He almost has his ulti again.
Oh, gets out of the last block with his life. 250 health, and Ninja will survive.
Just barely. He got so much out of them. The Ghost out of Froggen, the Flash exhaust out of Big, and those ultimates as well. Really well played there. If the arrow had hit him, different story.
Now this is Echo Fox trying to make a play in that bottom lane, but not able to find it. Cloud Drake is up in 90 seconds. Echo Fox find themselves relatively far behind. They're starting to get some vision back on the map, though.
Yeah, and Echo Fox, they needed this vision before to see where Hard was needed to be.
Yeah.
Because Proxen's now 2 levels up. This will end up giving Hard level 9. But also, they lost control of their mid lane, which, you know, Froggen's down, or sorry, up in CS about 40, but it's given Ninja just so much pressure to roam around. Sure, he's down a level, but the guy is kind of rolling in gold regardless.
Yeah.
He's got that kill. He's got 2 assists. Got the GLP for himself.
Yeah. Envy will scare Echo Fox back. Just the threat, just the presence. Ninja's on the other side of the map.
But they're just so big right now.
A lot of this gold is on Seraph. He's almost 2,000 gold ahead of KFO right now. And another 1,000 gold lead for Proxen. Things are looking good for Envy. That Cloud Drake is up in 30 seconds, and Envy have already littered the river with vision. KFO with Rift Herald is going to do some damage to that top tier 1 turret, but it's a meager trade as Ninja looks to pressure the bottom tier 1 along with Proxen.
Yeah. Using the E to get more Trinity Force procs. And now they're just trying to get the turret back. Mid lane is pinged out, though, by Envy. It's a really strange place to go because you don't have a tier 2 there.
Ooh, they drop on the hunt to race forward and catch the minions as well. But Froggen is there. He's got a lot of wave clear.
He could even ulti this if it became a problem, but
yeah. Instead, they pull the rest of Echo Fox back and deny the opportunity to trade. As the top tier 1 goes down, Ninja will clear out that bottom tier 1. Cloud Drake has just spawned, so we might see more.
Yep.
Meanwhile, KFO is continuing to work on that tier 2 on the other side of the map, but he has to back away.
Yep, Seraph comes walking over from the mid lane. He's just really big right now. He's got those 4 kills, most on his team.
Yeah.
Half the kills that they've even acquired. His team might get this Cloud Drake with no contest.
And Envy are running Echo Fox across the map. The Cloud Drake will be picked up the second now, or the first for Envy, matching the earlier one taken by Echo Fox.
And Envy are in such a good spot. This composition, if you get ahead, they'll just roll over you and pop Sidra ultimate every single time they can. And once Proxen started to see a lead for himself, we saw that manifest just barrel after barrel, just swinging for the fences, trying to get there. And he got flashes out and then repeat ganked.
Well, he's 8-1 right now. Or the Envy, I should say, are 8-1 right now.
Take those odds.
How many more kills do they need to actually hit the fences when they swing?
I actually think that this is pretty much already happened for them. I think when you have a 6,000 gold lead already, you're pretty much like 120% of the enemy team's gold. And with a Kassadin, he will hit a level 11, and that's where the Kassadin becomes a huge problem that you can't catch. Like, this composition, it's really hard to actually get on the Kassadin and stay on the Kassadin. So, once he gets it, I think he'll get Abyssal next. That's when I think critical mass really comes in.
Envy trying to accelerate this game as quickly as possible. Echo Fox have had too many 56-minute game victories for their comfort. The sooner they can close this out, the happier Envy is going to be.
Envy's kind of the same way. They've had a lot of 56-minute losses, 56-minute victories.
Even on Friday when they played.
Yeah, and this team has just been, honestly, first half of the split was day. This half of the split's been night for them. Like, seriously, 1-7. They are basically Echo Fox of the first half.
Oh, wow. Keith eats a lot of damage. Proxen is over the wall. He's got Flash. But will just try to pull the rotation. Envy now swinging towards that mid lane. Seraph heading over. But Echo Fox don't spread themselves too thin as Keith gets his recall. The wave gets cleared out once again by that Sivir, by Envy's wave clear. And this time there's not enough to defend that tier 2. Envy are going to get some great damage and in fact clear that turret out.
Yep, they have the Braum to stop wave clear from Victor, and then they just have the Sivir to wave clear for themselves. And Sivir's the champion that you really want when you have this composition, because otherwise you don't have wave clear in any other lane. It's not an AP Echo, so his Q really isn't going to deal enough damage. The Gragas does a little bit with the Runic Echoes, but it gets outscaled quickly. And then the cast is just not safe wave clear, period. So the fact they locked in the Sivir first pick, then we're able to follow up with all of this, is just absolutely perfect for Envy in the way they're trying to play.
Seems like they might finally have found one of those wacky compositions that's actually working for them over the course of this game. Of course, 8 kills to 1 and 6 turrets to 2, definitely going to help in that. But still, Ninja splitting with that teleport 1-3-1 from Envy. Baron has just spawned as we've now crested over the 20-minute mark. And Apex fans are sweating, Echo Fox fans are sweating, and Envy fans are saying, all right, yeah, I like this.
And Envy fans are going, whoa, 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 it's a best of 3.
And still the pressure continues. Couple of big buys from Envy. No Abyssal Scepter completed just yet by Ninja.
Yeah, it may be Abyssal. He could go for Morello's. Might be a Zhonya's. It might even, I think the Zhonya's is the most likely one. That or the Abyssal Scepter, just because it's Frog and he's been trying to blow you up the entire game. There it goes. Okay,
yeah,
Zhonya's the most likely. Yeah, if they had double AP, then it makes the most sense to go Abyssal, but in this one, it makes the most sense for this.
Dive into the back line, destroy Squishy Carry number 1.
Yep, pop my Zhonya's, and that gives enough time for the cooldown of my Riftwalk to come back up. I believe it's like 2.5 seconds right now.
3.2.
3.2, okay.
Very close. I mean, he's got the cooldown from that Fiendish Codex. And now Seraph might have found KFO, even in levels. Triforce versus Triforce, but the Randuin's is doing a lot of work, not to mention Seraph has a hard reset in this fight. He decides to use that Chrono Break.
Yeah, it's interesting, because a lot of times you'll save your stun for after the Chrono Break when he heals himself, and then you just reopen, and then you are. But didn't have enough damage in the first place to do it, because Seraph's just so far ahead.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Law did throw down his On the Hunt. Ninja teleported in as well. They were not able to find a pick. Froggen ghosted, it looks like, to safety. And is now going to catch the minion wave that Ninja was shoving on the top side, but they're in the death bush, and...
not quite sneaky enough.
Hard sees it. I don't know if he sees... Okay, now he sees Proxen.
Yeah, definitely sees everybody. And Froggen's been doing really well for himself. Like, switching gears here for a second, because he's got 70 CS up over Ninja, but still... Ninja's doing work because these are all squishies. Like, as soon as he gets to Keith, Keith is gone.
Seraph is on the hunt, but KFO runs faster. Ninja's actually roaming down as well.
Baron, go Baron.
He's got teleport, and there are now pings from Echo Fox going towards that Baron. But this KFO, he eats a slow and a lot of damage. Tries to land some stun for an answer back, but doesn't find it. Echo Fox try to fight now in that mid lane. That's on the hunt, burned on cooldown by Lob to reset it. And Seraph doesn't even burn his teleport to try to get in. He just pushes that wave right back out.
Yeah. They don't clear the Baron either, so that pink ward in the back still doing work for Envy. They knew they weren't in any position to need to contest it, and then they're able to just hold it in the middle of the lane instead of having to face check rush. I believe an arrow came out as well from Keith to try and start that fight. And KFO didn't even use his Transcendent Blades to buy time. It's, there's always some strange decisions in these fights, and it just seems like communication, like, do I need to buy time for you guys to accomplish something? What do I need to do as a top laner? I feel like that's one of Echo Fox's biggest problems, is incorporating their top laner into what they're trying to do and using him appropriately. Because even when they've won games, it's off of like KFO just being so big on Fiora or something that he's going to win the game by himself, so he doesn't have to communicate with the rest of the team.
Yeah. Well, 0-4 right now. He's not looking to go down that path, at least not anytime soon in this game. Froggen, however, as you said, is getting very, very big, as he's nearly 80 CS ahead, and Echo Fox setting up yet another death bush at that Baron. Froggen's going to get a quick recall in.
There's a pink ward in the back of the Baron, and of course they're going to be in here.
And Froggen will complete his recall as the rest of Echo Fox back away, but Envy controlling those neutral objectives as the Ocean Drake was just picked up. They're now going to start clearing out some of this vision around that Baron and start looking to accelerate this game even further and deny the opportunity for Echo Fox to come back.
Yeah, it's almost that 10,000 gold lead. It's 24 minutes in. This is one of Envy's best performances so far in from the entire split, and they want to close out on this note.
Yeah.
And be in the playoffs and make Cloud9 kind of think about this matchup a little bit harder.
Of course, this is for that 6th playoff spot, the final one.
Seraph looking for the TP play. They do see it, though.
Parallel conversion.
But not quite.
Keith stops, he flashes. Seraph continues to chase. Keith is burned down to half and eating a lot. Cask knocks him back, and that's Keith going down.
Yeah, can't really do anything there, and KFO still pushing, trying to get something done here. And this is just the story of Echo Fox. Every time, this is going to be the standard play for them, is trying to get the split push on.
Seraph is actually recalling right now as Envy rushing towards that Baron.
It's interesting because KFO doesn't have any mana. Seraph not going to answer. Seraph doesn't have teleport, so if he goes down there...
Oh, Ninja caught recalling, turns it around into a fight as Envy continues to chase. He's following on a big, there's the tether, but it's going to drop, and that's the Winter's Bite. That's another kill, but KFO took 2 turrets.
He needs to go back for the inhib because Seraph stopped backing, went into the bush. KFO and Seraph stopped his back again, so this is probably an inhibitor here.
There's no answer from Envy. Ninja still doesn't have his teleport for another 15 or 20 seconds or so. Meanwhile, Envy are on that Baron, trying to burn down its health. It's at 7.5. Here comes the rest of Echo Fox to try to fight it out. Hard is there with Froggen, and Keith has respawned. They try to turn around. The inhibitor goes down, and they force it into a fight. They already lost the inhibitor. KFO still pushing. Froggen caught by the stun. Lod is trying to get this kill as he eats a laser. He will pick that up, and Keith will drop as well. Teleport finally off of cooldown for Ninja to defend the Nexus turret, and Envy turn back onto the Baron.
Yeah, they still have Hard around, though. If Hard is able to actually pick this up, it gives Fox a really good foothold into this game. Does he have wards?
Whoa, KFO's trying to solo Ninja.
He might do it. He might do it.
Zanya's to buy some time. Ninja's got the Rift Walk, but KFO leads it. He flashes the shield. KFO solo kills. Meanwhile, Envy are still at the Baron. This is the Smite fight. Hard looking for it. He gets knocked away.
He already barreled him.
1600 goes into the pit. Hard, he got it. Baron. Echo Fox are still in this game.
Hard saves the game. KFO at the same time soloing Ninja, getting 2 turrets and an inhibitor, and Echo Fox are back in this game.
Some big size out of Envy as Echo Fox are able to find an opening back into it, clearing out the inhibitor and picking up the Baron with a huge steal. 27 minutes in, they're down 5,000 gold, but they're still in this game.
Like, Echo Fox, I think that they probably hold the record for winning a game with the least number of kills ever. Because they've won a game with like 2 or 3 kills before, and it's looking like the same situation. There's 5,000 gold advantage, of course, still for Envy. But KFO, low mana, but it's the Rift Herald. You gotta account for that extra damage coming through, and it's an Aurelia with the Trinity Force. Doesn't have the cooldown. I think he meant to Rift Walk right before the Zanyas or get out, but he's just trying to buy time there. This is bad as well, because there's the explosive cast. So now Hard can go in, 100%, gets the ward help. It goes down to smite range at 523, and I believe they're sitting at about a 700 smite for both of them, 720.
Roxanne actually did not smite.
Yeah.
So might not have expected the burst quite so much.
It went from 1,000 to 500, and a lot of times you have to smite before, because we've seen so many times that the game won't even register because so much damage is coming at the same time.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had used his explosive cast before it was near smite range really gave Hard just the avenue in. Like, that was the only way he was going to make it in there. It's also because Hakuo was getting low and starting to panic his Braum, so he had to get out of the pit, and we have a pause.
Yeah, we do indeed.
Or like a really good Instagram filter. It's a pause. Confirmed.
All right, it is a pause. But Echo Fox finding a way back into this game. They've got Baron buff and that bottom inhibitor down and now find themselves sieging up in that mid lane. And Echo Fox are still in this. Even at 1-16 in the standings, they are showing that they can still compete. They can still take these opportunities.
Yeah, and that's big because they're not defeated yet, right?
Yeah.
They're still in this game. They were 10,000 gold down, and they honestly got to the point where they were like, okay, I need to make this hero play. It's the only way back in. Somebody gets picked off, the team gets kind of run down, and it looks like Froggen was the reason for the pause.
He's saying, why can't I one-shot this Kassadin? It doesn't. It's not working. Oh, Zonya's. Okay. Never mind.
Sure, that's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
Word for word. Verbatim. Confirmed. But, yeah, he's way ahead, though. He's almost Flame Horizon to Ninja at 28 minutes. He's still 70 CS up.
still a powerhouse for the team. So the pause is because we are Froggen is experiencing some frame rate issues, some stutter on the screen. Never a good thing when you've got a team as mobile as an Echo and a Kassadin trying to knock into that back line.
Yeah, and it's probably a restart of the machine to get it all back in order. And so, and frame rate issues just always feel bad too. It's like uncap it, get up that 200-ish.
Alrighty, well, to keep us entertained, we're going to take a quick peek at what's going on the other stream with Cloud9 versus Team Liquid.
This could be the death of Jensen. Turret shot's going to go in and bit off more than he could chew. Gets in a turret range, huge mistake, but it does mean a Drake for C9.
Yeah, they get the Dragon and they'll take the trade, but there was no need to go for that from Jensen. And a little bit of disrespect to Phoenix, honestly, thinking that he would not be able to react fast enough, and Phoenix makes him pay. Solo kill on Jensen there. Off to a good start.
Phoenix has been getting those roots all game. Just the core mistake is that Jensen thinks, well, I can just win the trade. We'll just trade our spells back and forth. But the fact that he got in a turret range with it is, well, now you're opening up the ult. And that was, of course, very well played by Phoenix.
And here it is. And look how fast Phoenix is to this. He anticipates it, lands the W into the ultimate, perfectly chained. Jensen does try to distortion back, but it's too little too late. He took a lot of tower shots there, and just really well played from
Very
Phoenix.
well played. Absolutely agree. So, Liquid 3-0 in kills. Gold now tied because of their efforts. And it's basically Sneaky the one with the major lead, but the fact that he's been able to farm so darn much going towards the Essence Reaver build. So high cooldown reduction, very frequent enchanted crystal arrows from that Ashe, the ultimate.
Yeah, and they are setting it up. You can see them around here. Sneaky sitting in that mid lane bush. They're looking for the arrow.
Can't quite find it. This is the cool thing as well, is they have that, I'm going to say it, sorry internet, that recently buffed Cloud Drake, so they can follow up on those Ashe arrows very quickly. The team is able to get into range, even though they have no move speed buffs themselves. The objective they grabbed actually helping them quite a bit with that part.
Yeah. And although Impact did have a little bit of a snafu in the early game, did give up that kill, he has stayed even against Lorlo, and it has not really kind of ballooned into anything. So far, Impact is doing pretty well for himself. AD carry definitely goes the way of C9 right now. And the advantages for TL are much more about the mid laner, but Sneaky may get chased down here.
Dardoch pops Ghost, has a red buff. Sneaky's life is bad, and he's just going to try to run and get feared and die. And now Jensen, why even bother teleporting? Like, they should just know he's dead. Of course, the timer takes so long he wasn't part of the fight. And Phoenix canceled his own. He didn't need to join that one anymore. A great pickup, though, by Dardoch all the same. Nicely done by him. And actually, the weird thing is, 3 of Liquid's 4 kills are solo kills. There's only been assists on that one bot lane dive. Everyone else is literally solo killing their opponents.
Yeah, they are. And a couple of those are Dardoch's, the solo kill on Impact in the early game. Now a solo kill here on Sneaky, and you got to be careful about that. Being in those side lanes by himself on an Ashe, it's not something that you can really out-duel hacker him on at almost any stage of the game.
Well, we talked about, they're in really long lanes. It's very hard to kind of work with that kind of information and making the right choices based on imperfect information. Dardoch gallops down the lane from Fog of War. And the thing is, he can do that at any time he ever wants to. And C9 lost track of where Dardoch was. They didn't know he was on the bot side of the map, but he was, and Sneaky was snuck up on.
Definitely, and Dardoch could be off to the races. 2-0 start, has the Trinity Force completed. We've seen a lot of snowballed games here from Hecarims this season, and it can be very, very frightening. But Lorlo up pretty far here. Meteos may look for him. Decides to back off.
Liquid got a 4th kill and is once again down in gold. Like, C9, it's funny, right?
Popped.
Yeah, that popped a little while ago. That popped at the, I think, at the 2-for-0 or 3-for-0 mark. I mean, it's definitely part of it, right? Obviously, that's not nothing. 450 gold to this lead is literally just an item he bought that turned into 450 gold. So that's totally relevant. But, we talk about, again, making optimal choice with imperfect information. One thing I like to talk about is expected value as well. What's the chance to get ganked? What's the gold lead I get if I don't? And essentially, C9's plays, expected value-wise, have gone positive. Yes, Impact will at some point die. Sneaky will at some point die. But if I got 600 gold of farm for a 450 gold kill, I made the right choice. Yeah, and this keeps happening.
You certainly can't play perfectly safe, and you can't play in a way where you're never possible to die because you put yourself so far behind that it won't actually matter that you're alive.
It's worse than dying,
yeah,
literally.
It is. fate worse than death, being a feeder in League of Legends.
Sometimes both happen at the
Dardock's
same
coming
time.
in.
The flash engage, they found Sneaky. Bramulti stops Stardock, and now Ashen as well, but he does not have aggro, so he just ults right back out. The onslaught of shadows, and Impact's in a 1v2, turned back around on by Lorlo, and the chase is in. Another huge mistake now by Impact. The re-engage, though, they catch off Matt on the side. A good pickup there thanks to Jensen and Meteos. And now it's Liquid suffering their first death of the game.
And it goes the way of Jensen, who's going to be looking to split push. Has no TP for a while, and Phoenix is going to have his a little bit faster as he did cancel that, and Jensen let his complete. But pushing in these side waves, we're going to see Sneaky get over there to collect his. Will Dardock go for anything? And here it is once again, Smoothie and Sneaky here in the mid lane. Meteos was ready for it. Nice Braum E there, blocking a lot of those shots, but then it's the ultimate onto Sneaky. A good disengage there from Smoothie, actually delaying Dardock to come in, and Impact overreaches, tries to go over, and I think once he went in, he needed to commit for this and try to get Mega. Go for an extra auto, see if you can Mega out, maybe solo out that guy, but on the other side, Jensen does pick up the support kill, and we'll need to get a lot more of that done. Wants to try to look for these picks, especially on squishy characters like the Jhin, like the Karma,
Yeah.
and try to get some kills there. And Dardock actually going very aggressive here. He's looking for a Ghost Blade likely. Could be a
wow.
Maw.
Yeah, Maw is also a possibility, but the only magic damage deal that you care about is the LeBlanc. Certainly enough damage to care about, but yeah, we'll see where it actually goes. Duskblade, you got to go really hardcore, just full Inori, you know?
Yeah, man. He never ended up completing, unfortunately, bought the
I
BF and
know.
just sat on it, but yeah, I would guess it's actually the Ghostblade. Ghostblade is fantastic for that kind of assassination Hecarim style. There's almost nothing you can do as an Ashe. You charge up the E, you have the Ghostblade active, you get ulted on, the E essentially one-shots you.
And it's always fun to see what players do with their leads. Because Dardock could have said, I'm just going to go Sight Stone because it's free for me because I have all these kills. So now our team has better vision control. We can play the rotation game. He could say, I'm going to build more.
Welcome back, everyone. We're still standing by on getting this pause all sorted out. We should have it fixed relatively soon. But again, this is game number 1 between Envy and Echo Fox. This series, this match, is the decider for that 6th playoff spot. Envy trying to claim it back from Apex, and Apex fans rooting for Echo Fox to take the win in this series and allow them to claim that final spot. So it looks like we have gotten back.
Yep, looks like issue solved for Froggen on the frame rate. So back in it, and this is where Echo Fox need to start building on this window of opportunity that they've created because they have the Baron buff. I spoke too soon.
Yeah. Speak too soon. So again, just to recap the game and the whole sort of status of where things are right now, KFO split pushed bottom while Envy were unable to, they picked up a few kills, but they weren't able to decisively take any big advantages with that. KFO took down 2 turrets and an inhibitor, and finally Envy decided to try to take the Baron. They opened up with a fight, and at the last second, Hard swooped in and stole it, effectively giving Echo Fox an opportunity to get themselves back into this game. So despite the advantage, despite the kill score that you just saw at the top of your screen for 13-2, Echo Fox are still only down a very small amount of gold, maybe only about
5,000.
Yeah, 5,000 gold.
I'd take 5,000 gold.
Yeah. You do a lot with 5,000 gold. But yeah, of course, that is Echo Fox trying to close this set out, trying to get back in this game.
Yep, trying to get back in it for sure because they don't have a hold on it. They need these turrets. This is going to be much harder for the enemy team to clear because this is usually the death sentence for this type of composition. The Echo that's not AP, the Kassadin, the Sivir is your only wave clear. So he's going to clear out the casters and he can only pay attention to one lane at a time. But it's still hard to clear out the Baron buffed up minions in 2 lanes.
Yeah, you can see Ninja's on your minimap. He's actually struggling to clear out those super minions in that bottom lane that are just shoveling in wave after wave. And here goes a quick reset from Echo Fox to pick up some items. Ocean Drake is up in 10 seconds with recall finished by 4 members of Echo Fox. Envy might be looking to take that. Hard is on his way, though. That's tunnel after tunnel and home guard, so he's going to spot it as it respawns and look to claim out this Scuttle Crab. So we might get the opportunity to see a fight as Envy decide not to rush down the Ocean Drake. They don't want to take the chance. And Echo Fox, defending that mid lane, have got an opportunity.
Yeah, Echo Fox, they're going to have to clear this out, though. KFO's build, really aggressive. This is like the hyper-aggressive Aurelia. I want to kill a guy really quickly. So if he duels the Kassadin, he's probably going to come out on top again. The Sterix helps him out a ton, as well as that Blade of the Ruined King. But might see a fight here. When you have that Baron buff, well, it's not buffing any minions when you're in the river. This would be the time for Envy to strike.
Oh,
and he gets it.
Proxen says, you can steal, I can do it too. Ninja chases back as Seraph catches up. KFO in the front line dives onto the back of Lod, but cannot get the kill as Envy protect their AD carry.
Yeah, KFO, no flash to get out of that situation. And again, it just goes from bad to not so bad to bad again.
Yeah.
It's like, they got nothing from that. They ended up...
They did take down the mid-tier 1 turret.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, they got
from the Drake.
From that whole Drake play.
Yeah.
They lost a member, they lost the Drake. So Proxy coming up big again. And now putting Fox on the back foot, and that was the end of their Baron buff.
Oh, Proxy dives
Keith.
onto Keith, but he gets knocked back in with a great cast. Lot cleans up the kill. He's unstoppable in this one as Ninja scares Big back. They don't have any minions, and Envy might try to take down this inhibitor turret. Lod wants it.
Yeah, Proxen still tanking it up. He's got to get away.
Yeah. Will reset. The rest of Echo Fox cannot dissuade Lod. Nothing can dissuade him right now. Well, maybe a laser can.
They should keep chasing this because KFO has TP. He's going to come in backside, looking for the kills.
Yeah,
can he get him?
Teleport with home guard. He's right over the wall. And Envy disengage.
I guess not. I guess the answer's no. That's why I asked a question. Wasn't quite sure. So decides not to go in. And maybe for the better there. But still, it was an opportunity window for Fox. Because Seraph's able to TP and try to stop it from happening. Gives him some time alone in the bottom with the inhibitor now respawn.
Seraph, however, did cancel his teleport. So might look to use that window just a little bit sooner than Echo Fox. But the map has reset for the most part. The inhibitor has respawned for Envy. Ninja's actually cheating down towards that bottom side, but there's a ward in the tri-bush. And KFO knows well enough to play it safe with a Kassadin on the map. Now he should see him on that ward in the tri-bush.
Yeah, he walks through. KFO starts backing up. It looks like a blue trinket goes down in that second bush in bottom lane. And KFO is just full retreat right now. Whole team collapsing on him. Most of this was for Keith to get top lane farm because he's almost 100 farm down from Lod because Lod is that main source of wave clear.
Yeah.
Whereas on the opposite side, Froggen's almost 100 up for himself.
Lod's also the main source of damage for Envy by the look of his scoreline. 5-0-4 on this Sivir.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage here. I'm really interested to see how this Kassadin does in these middle game fights. Mid game fights. Put it that way.
Middle.
Yeah, middle game fights. Mid game just sounds way better.
Bard is able to sneak up behind them, and Lod cheating forward, looking for that inhibitor.
Looking for a
Flash
flank
knock-up on the Ninja, but Seraph is going to eat the arrow. He makes it over the wall. Lod still in the back, doing damage to KFO, who tries to dive onto him, but gets cleaned up. Lod is dominating as Envy chase forward. Keith forced to back away. They're trying to get the stun. Keith will fall. Proxen gets that one. Seraph locks down hard, and Envy, piece by piece, tear Echo Fox apart. Froggen and Big are forced to defend under that remaining inhibitor turret.
And Proxen has been so good with these barrels the entire game from start to finish. Honestly, it would be an immaculate performance from him if he had that Baron steal not happen.
And there's a teleport onto the minion the moment it takes aggro on that turret. Envy are going to clean up this inhibitor turret, or Nexus turret, and now look for the second one. It's still 15 seconds for Keith. It's going to fall. It's up to Froggen to try to defend, but he's almost stunned up, and he will not be able to do it. Envy close out game number 1. Still chasing down that playoff spot. They need to do it one more time, but if they're able to play this convincingly and this strong, they are certainly going to use this momentum if they are able to transition it into the playoffs.
Yeah, they've only given up